We can also create some sort of geolocate or place the building that we already create into the right place in SketchUp as well. In order to do that, what you have to do is that you have to go somewhere here and open up the drop-down menu and find the location. Turn on the location. When you have the location, what you have to do is that you go over to to this add more imagery, or basically adding a location, and clicking on the add the location. And here you can find the address, you can zoom out or zoom in and go into the different places and find a place that you want that is basically close to the site, or the exact place that you want to place your building. So for example, I'm using, like for example, Worcester right now. And I'm going to go over, here is the Kevin Hall, here is the library WPI, and here's the residential here. So after I find a place that I want to have, then the next thing that I want to do is that I want to select the region that I want to import to SketchUp. So I'm going to make this smaller or larger and just move it around until I find the right place for my site. When it's done, I'm going to say it's imported, and then SketchUp start importing that. When the basically the image, aerial image is going to import it, you see that in that small like a location, you can turn off or turn on the topography. So basically it shows the terrain like what you see here, or it could be turned off and it's kind of a flat base. So we're going to turn this on so we can see that where the building located. After that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select my building that I have. So let's say, for example, this is my building. I'm going to select this and I'm going to move this to the right place. So I'm going to move this direction, and I'm going to move this to the top part of this, and then a little bit closer to the library, and I have to move this a little bit up, make it close enough to our train. And also I know that the orientation is different, so I have to adjust the orientation of my building as well. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to use the outside orientation, hold shift, come back here, and zoom in on this corner, click, and start rotating my building. So now it's almost the right direction that I want. Once that happened, the next thing that I have to do is that kind of make sure that building is not floating onto the site. So we have to edit the topography. Sometimes you want to keep the Google image. Sometimes I mean this is like mostly most of the time relevant. You don't want to keep the site, so you basically want the site to be disappear. But some elements of the site need to be adjusted. So first thing we want to do is that, for example, we want to create this like a small like a parking lot here. We want to show the road, and want to keep them we want to, and we're gonna clean the rest and show us like some sort of a grassy or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna start drawing my parking area. So I'm gonna start from here, go all the way to this side, and here I'm gonna go leave this as it is. I'm gonna start from the other corner, so I'm gonna start it from here and over here, go all the way to the other side, and you can be as precise as possible. I'm trying to be just drawing this, but let's see. Let me just turn this back to where it was before. So before I do that, let me just turn off this, and then I'm gonna make this completely flat. So now I'm gonna go to the view, top view, so I have a better look into the building. So that way I have more control over what I'm drawing. So I'm gonna start from here, go all the way to this corner. I'll start it to this piece, so that's almost the place. And then go all the way to here, maybe here, and then here. And as I mentioned, you can be as much detail as you want. I'm gonna go with the arc again here. I'm gonna click here, click here. I'm gonna keep it as it was. Then I'm gonna go back to the line and draw a line from here to here. Okay, so I create a surface here. So we're gonna keep this here. The other thing that we want to create, we basically want to create this road. So one way of creating this road is that using that basically line, or sometimes what you can do is that if I go to the top view, I can use this freehand drawing. So I can click on the freehand drawing, and for example from this corner I start running alongside, and as I move, you see that it's kind of go alongside that road. I'm not very good in the drawing, but it's kind of, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not, so it depends on the situation. So then I can go back here, or I can use, like for example, again, go back with the to the arc and start drawing like a small pieces of arc here and there, and that's also another option for me to adjust the road. So I'm going to add this road here, and let's say I'm not kind of satisfied with this, so I'm going to delete that one as well. I'm going to go with the arc again. So I click here, let's say here, that's going to be good enough. The other one, somehow go from here, and then let's say almost like this, and let's see, here it's going to be the other one. Okay. And now I'm going to close it. So I'm going to use the line tool to close it. So this is just the example of two of them, but you can go all the way along and create the whole thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go open up this, bring this back to where it was before. So now it's still back to like some sort of a train format. All right. So the next thing we have to do is basically we have to create something called a sandbox. The sandbox is something that is actually used in order to edit the topography or create a topography. Sometimes our site already have a topography map, so I don't need to be that much worried about creating from the scratch. But in order to bring the sandbox, what I have to do is that I have to go to the window and go to the extension manager, and under the extension manager I'm going to go and search for the sandbox. Title sandbox, and here you can see there is a list of different tools or extension that different people created, and then here you go here to use the sandbox, download it, install it into the SketchUp, and that's going to be the tool after installation. I already installed that, so I'm going to close this. But this extension warehouse, it has a many different like a tool, existing tool that you can use as you become more comfortable with the SketchUp. You learn that there are multiple people who are doing different things, and you can taking advantage of them. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to go back here, and after I install it, when I open this up, I have to have the sandbox as a tool. Check the computer on campus and see if they already have the sandbox ready before you go on to installing one. So I'm going to click on the sandbox. So this little toolbar here, I'm going to bring it, drag it up here. So now that I have the sandbox, I will go here and start draping draping this surfaces onto this train. So before doing that, I'm going to click on this and see it's kind of some sort of a red when I click on this topography. First thing that I have to do is that I have to right click on it and unlock it. So basically I can make some edit or adjustment to this sandbox.